Okay, so if you're feeling like, man, I'm doing everything I know to do. Like I'm making my post, I'm interacting, I'm engaging. I'm writing stories, I'm using stories, and like I just can't get people to buy from me. I can't position myself as like the trusted advisor. It seems like people aren't trusting me, aren't taking action. I wanted to show you why today. I want to show you why it's happening and what to do about it. One thing I was noticing from those of you who I've seen like your calls to actions, or some of you who've asked about like, hey, what about this? Like, why when I post this, nobody commented, they didn't want what I have, but I see other people posting the same type of things, and they get all these comments like me, I want this, I want this, I want this, and maybe even a little bit of imposter syndrome starts creeping in. No fear, no worry. Tiger's here. That's corny. But I was going to show you the kind of like overall like bird's eye view of what it is that you're actually attempting to do with your social media. So what I want you to realize is like right now, oh snap, I am drawing. Right now, you have a few people out here who have, let's say this is a little thought bubble coming out. They have a problem. They're sad. So this is oh, that's a happy face. I guess I'm in a good mood. So even when I'm trying to draw something that's sad, it came out happy. All right. So, and the reason I'm happy is because I'm here with you guys. So they have this thought in their mind. Oh goodness, that's a terrible sad face. But this is them out in there. There's a few of these people, and they are having these thoughts, and they're like, man, I'm really having this problem. And this is all they realize. Like, this is all that's in their mind, right? So your job, like the only reason why anyone does anything is because in their mind, they want to go here to where there is a happy thought. Oh, even more terrible. But we'll say this is what they wish they looked like. So this is them in their dreams, if you will. Like, man, I wish things were like this. And we were thinking of this, we were living this happy life and wondering how we want to do. This is the only reason why anyone does anything. So what I've been seeing is the problem is when many people go out, and I used to do this too, is we are focused on like, man, I need to get you into my program so I can help you take this journey. Because I've been saying like the only reason why anyone does anything is to go away from pain towards pleasure. And you're like, hey, and you'll write a post that says like, hey, this is what you're struggling with. These are all my things. And if you want to jump into my program where I can help you go from where you are to where you want to be, comment below or check this thing out right here. Even though in our minds as experts, we know that this makes sense, but to them, you have to remember like this sounds like spending money. People love to buy, but they don't like to be sold to. It raises buyer resistance. Christy, let me know in the comments if I can use you as like the guinea pig from our conversation today. You shared a post that you made in the group, right? So that we were just kind of doing some feedback on it. Let me know if I can use this in this live video. It may get shared other places, I don't know, but I want to get your permission first since I definitely used your name. So let me know. Just drop me like a yes or a no. Okay, go for it. Cool. All right, so I'm going to use Christy as an example. She's awesome, by the way. She helps women who are struggling with depression, who've gone through like a traumatic event in their past. She has an amazing backstory. She was in this horrible car wreck where she almost lost her arm, and she fought through, severe depression, addiction, and different things like that almost like claimed her. And she pulled out on the other end, a survivor. She lost all the weight. She grabbed her life back, and now she's on a mission to help women who are in the same situation be able to thrive without spending all those years or even risking their life going through those types of that dangerous spiral. But earlier she made a post, or she was about to make a post, and her post read a little bit like this. It was like, hey, you guys, here's all this pain that I went through, that you're probably going through. It related them to the pain. And she's like, hey, if you want this amazing situation over here, I have 12 spots left in my coaching program, and the price is reduced only for those people. So if you want to jump on a call, a clarity call, so you can see if you qualify for my program, comment me below. So I'm gonna give you guys a chance to like, what do you feel? Like there's not anything wrong with what she's saying, because ultimately she wants people to join her program so that she can help them, because she really has a ton of value to give. She's walked in their shoes. But why do you think that people possibly wouldn't respond to that post and go, me, I want that. Let me know. What do you guys think? What would be the reason that they would read the post and then not do anything? What do you think would cause that? I'm curious to see what you guys think about it. Because a lot of times we make posts like that, and our mind is like, man, I gave a discount, I put scarcity, and like I'm offering the thing that they want. Why? What gives? Why? I must not be valuable. And we get in our story and we start telling ourselves we're not cut out for this. Nobody values us. We're an imposter. Our story and our emotions kick in instead. So I'm seeing what you guys think, giving you just a little bit to see what you think would be the reason. Why going, hey, you're struggling here, this is where I got from. There it is. Well, Sandra says she's trying to make money on my pain. Okay, so she's trying to make money on my pain. So I'm going to write that down. What else? Trying, my handwriting is terrible, to make money, this is a $, on my pain. What else? It's going to cost a lot for 12 weeks. So James says, cost a lot. What else? What else comes up when you hear that out? So I'm not reading the post to you right now, but just off those basics. They're on a buyer's journey. They want information. Billy, awesome answer. So Billy says they're on, he says, a buyer journey. And ultimately what he's saying that means is they want info. He says that they want info. So what else? Who is she? How do I know it'll work? That's what Sandra says. Who is she? How do I know it works? So I want you to see just from that style of a post, all of this is what you would call buyer resistance. A post like that where we feel that we made everything like, man, I made this so easy for people to jump in. Like I literally discounted it 50%, 70%. Like this is a no-brainer. 70% off. Like what are you talking about? And what are the first things that's popping up in your mind? It's like, well, you're trying to make money off my pain. Even if it's $1, that's the type of feeling. Or man, that's even if it's 75% off, because you have no context, like James was saying, it feels like, well, that just feels like it's going to cost me a lot, and it's like, well, and then how Billy was saying, like, well, I really just want info. I'm not really looking to like spend money. I just want help. I want to understand what's going on with me. The second thing is, like, I don't know you, man. Like I read this post. I don't really know you like that to just hand you money off of this post, even if it is 70% off. So I want you to realize and have that mind shift that those type of posts, these are the type of things that you all are saying. I'm not the one that's saying this is what people are going to feel. Like these are the natural reactions you have. And you guys are like a collection that would kind of be starting to be representative of what the people out there, your ideal clients, would feel the same way when they read that same post. So I wanted to show you an idea called the value chain. So the value chain, have you ever read anything about like how when society changed over in like the Industrial Revolution and like systems and processes became the thing that sent us into a new age. Like we were able to put together these factories that once we started producing enough stuff that would cause, like once in the past would have taken one person or two or three people hand by hand, covering each step to do this whole thing. And it was a lot of time intensive, a lot of labor intensive. And then we figured out how to have these leverage points where like some kind of like a toy factor, let's say, you have this end result of what the toy is supposed to look like. And then it goes through this assembly line. At each phase, another piece gets added to the product until at the end, it is a completely assembled product. And then someone looks at it and goes, this is a good one. Quality control gives a pass. And then it goes on. And you're able to pump out all this stuff. The same way, you can't, I know it's probably a horrible analogy, but you're thinking about your potential clients. You're creating a value chain, an assembly line for them. Because in the beginning, how Billy was saying, they are on a journey of wanting more info. Imagine when you were first wanting to start your coaching business. What were you trying to figure out? Information. You were asking questions such as like, how do I do this? What type of coaching am I going to be good at? How do I price it? You have all these questions. And before you're willing to spend money, a confused mind always says no. Like, I don't want to buy something I don't even understand. You know what I mean? So if you think about it like this, like imagine you were trying to catch a squirrel in a tree. You could take two different approaches. One approach would be run up to the tree and go, hey, squirrel, come down here. I have all these like peanuts in my back pocket and literally they're half off. You come down here, we'll be best friends. I swear to God, I won't hurt you. I'm a good human being. I know all these other human beings out there, like they might like smash your head with like a rock, but like me, I'm different. I know you just met me, but like for real, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on down here. Like here, here it is, half off, like double the peanuts you can find on your own. You can have like double the peanuts. It would take you a week to find this many peanuts. Come down here. What does the squirrel do? He sits in the tree like, no, I'm not coming down. So you could do that way. That's option one. I see some comments coming in here. The last stage, Billy says the last stage of the journey would be, who do I buy this from? Exactly right. So the second option to catch the same squirrel is you can see the squirrel in the tree, and what you can do is walk to the base of the tree and take a peanut, put it at the base of the tree. Take a few steps backwards away from the tree, place another peanut, and keep doing that process all the way back to the park bench, and then sit down with the rest of your bag of peanuts. And then what do you think? Let me know in the comments, what do you think is going to happen with that squirrel? Let me know in the comments. What's going to happen when you sit back on the park bench, start reading your favorite magazine or drinking your favorite beverage and enjoying the sound of the birds? And what do you think is going to play out? Let me know in the comments. What's going to play out? What's going to happen? What do you think the squirrel is going to do? Looking for the comments. I know there's a little bit of a delay. What do you think that squirrel is going to end up doing? All right. Can you guys still hear me? Can you guys still hear me? Hello. I think my internet is back now. Give me a 1 in the comments if you can hear me. Billy says, that's a compelling offer. He'll take that peanut. Exactly. So what's going to happen is this squirrel, when you walk away, when you put those peanuts, that trail of peanuts, one at the base of the tree, one a few feet back, and then one every few feet going backwards, what's going to end up happening while you're sitting on that park bench, the squirrel's going to see that peanut. He's not going to feel threatened because there's no one at the base of the tree going, get down here. I'm trying to love you. Let me love you, squirrel. Like no one's down there doing that. He's going to feel safe. And he's going to go, I'm going to try this peanut out. Low commitment. He grabs the first peanut and he eats it. And he's like, this is actually delicious. I've been looking for peanuts everywhere. And how convenient. There's this trail of peanuts. And then he goes, ooh, a peanut. Eats that one. Ooh, a peanut. Ooh, another peanut. Ooh, another peanut. And what happens? He follows that trail of peanuts. And who's at the end of it? Sitting there calm, cool, and collected. And you're like, I knew you'd show up. I knew it was only a matter of time when you got here. So I want you, yes, no risk. And it's very compelling. It's what they actually already want. And then you gave them a value chain to follow. So I want you to think about your social media. So how does this apply to you and your business right now? So right now you have these targeted groups, right? That has your ideal squirrels in them. So you can imagine them. Here, I'll draw them as trees. So here are our targeted groups. These are our squirrels in the tree. All right. So let's say you were in the weight loss niche, or no, let's say you were in the help mompreneur. You were like helping mompreneurs. So you joined a whole bunch of mompreneur groups. These are trees, by the way, not nuclear explosions, mushroom clouds or whatever. So these are trees. I don't know how to make this look any more like a tree. Maybe does that help? Let me know in the comments. Give me a 2 in the comments if this actually makes it at least a little bit more as a tree. So these trees have your squirrels. So you could either go into these targeted groups, and these are targeted groups. You could either go into these targeted groups and start yelling at the squirrels to get down out of the tree. Like, hey, you guys, jump in here. I'm so awesome. I have all these things, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And what are the squirrels in there going to do? They're going to be like, ain't no way this is happening. What, probably like the owner of the tree, the person who caretakes this tree is going to run you off. Like, stop scaring all my squirrels. Like, stop it. They're terrified. So what would you do? You would place a little peanut at the base of these trees, right? So these are in the form of just you're asking targeted questions that your ideal client would answer, but other people would be like, that question's not for me. An example would be, what's the biggest struggle that you're having as a mompreneur starting your business, or if you're helping with mindset? What's the number one struggle as a mompreneur you're having with procrastination, with work, with balancing family life and entrepreneurship? So your ideal client who's actually struggling with that, if that's what you solve, are going to jump down that squirrel when you leave this nut there. And what you're going to do is you're going to leave these trail of nuts all the way back. And we'll say that this is your tree and this is your personal profile. Okay? So this is this is your personal profile tree. It doesn't have any squirrels in it yet. So you're over here. Let's say this is you. You have one hand on your hip and the other one you're looking at your watch. And you're like, where are these freaking squirrels? Like, I left all these nuts there. So you're waiting there. Your tree is empty, no squirrels. So then what happens is you left this first one there. That's value. You're consistently coming out and you're dropping peanuts at the bottom. If they take the peanut, okay, awesome. You leave something else. So there's another post. So you're leaving these posts. You're leaving these story posts. So you're saying, hey, you go into a group, and let's say you're trying to help those busy mompreneurs. So you leave in there, you're like, hey, you tell a story post. This is where I started from when I was a mom struggling, blah, 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 going through depression, postpartum depression. I was doing this. And I didn't realize I could start a business. I knew I always wanted to, but I always thought I don't have the time for that. And then fast forward here. Now I'm here. Now I've been able to do this, X, Y, and Z. I've taken the end of this journey, and this is what it feels like. And then here's some three key areas, 3 things that led to that breakthrough. 1, 2, 3, boom. Like belief shift, before and after picture, and then you go away. You do that, once every 2 weeks in a group, an origin story style. Like, I once was here, now I'm there. Then you go in and you ask questions. What's the number one struggle you guys are having? Blah, 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 blah. Or you go in and you answer questions. These are all the nuts. So these are the trail of nuts. While you're sitting over here going, okay, I know these squirrels are going to show up, pick up here anytime. And then what ends up happening? You're going to start having squirrels jump down out of the tree and examine this is a squirrel. It looks like a stick figure monkey. However you want to view that. So they'll get down there, they'll examine your post, and they'll be like, wow, this is what I've been looking for. I've been looking for these peanuts. It usually takes me forever searching around all these trees to find any type of value. Because what did Billy say earlier? This is what they want. They want info. The info is the peanuts. But this day and age, people don't buy information because we have the internet. Google and YouTube gives way more information than information overload. I know you probably felt that before you got started. Like, too much information leads to confusion. It leads to no progress. So then what ends up happening is people pay for transformation. So you're over here like the person who has transformation in their back pocket because you've gone through the journey. You know how to help them shortcut it. And then you leave information. You encourage their dreams, allay their fears, confirm their suspicions, and they're going to follow these trail back. They're going to look at your post and be like, who the heck is this? Leaving all these delicious peanuts all over the place, like just giving it away. Like he must have he must have a huge stash. I would be set for life if I came over here. So what's going to happen is you're going to end up having squirrels show up in your tree. Now you could do the same thing over here where I was saying you go screaming at the squirrels and what do they do? Oh, yikes, I'm not coming down on this tree. So now they're on your personal profile. You still can't run and scream at the squirrel. Hey, squirrel, you're in my tree now. Come down here and get in my hands. The squirrel is still going to do what? Let me know in the comments. What do you think the squirrel is still going to do even though they've switched trees? Now they're in your tree. Like, you're in my tree. Don't you get it? Come buy my stuff. Come buy my peanuts. No. Right? So what do? This is a value chain. They came out of the forest. They came to the tree you planted, and you're growing and you're cultivating. If you have a group, we could draw this out. But let's just say you were just going into profile. So then you would walk a little further, and you would drop another peanut. So this peanut would be on your personal profile from the tree, and you'd be dropping value here, telling your story and your calls to action. Now you want them to get out of the tree and go a little bit further over here because this is going to look terrible. But this is your squirrel cage. This is where you catch your squirrels. So, we'll put our little squirrels over here or whatever. They're inside of here. You're not trying to do them any harm. You're going to transfer them to this like amazing forest where there's this like infinite, abundance of trees with like overflowing peanuts. But you got to capture them, get them over to that place. But they're not going to get in a cage unless they do it on their free will. You can't catch them. They're too fast. And, they bite if you try to like take them by force. So then, boom, there's a peanut here on your wall. It's a call to action. And you're just following the same process. You're like, hey, here is what you want. This is what you're struggling with. You're out here trying to find peanuts, and it's really hard. There's a lot of other squirrels. You follow the trail here. I went through this. This is, there are more peanuts along this way. And what's going to happen is people, as you post and they're on your wall, and you're leaving these peanuts, what's going to end up happening is you're going to have this cage open, and this is let's say your clarity call. They're going to walk into the cage themselves because every so often, let's say you had a CTA peanut. A CTA is a call to action peanut. You have a value peanut, and you have a results peanut. And then we'll say over here a lifestyle peanut. So they're going to eat all these different types of delicious peanuts on their way into this open cage that you're going to eventually close and take them off to an even better place, your program, your coaching, so they can have all the peanuts that they could ever eat, just delivered to them like daily, regularly. So you would be posting on your wall, lifestyle posts. You'd be posting results of past squirrels that you've rescued and taken off to this reservation and how they're having an amazing life over there. How you've gone to that reservation, what it's like for you, what that felt like. This is transformation. This positions you as an expert. It delivers trust. Then you're having value, so you're giving them delicious peanuts, that info that they're out there looking for, like Billy was saying. And then every so often you're doing a call to action. Hey, the gates open, not so that I can close you in this cage and take you away because that's scary. Not so that I can get you on a sales call and buy something. So earlier, that was the thing that Christy posted. Her post was like, hey, I have 12 spots. I am doing 30, 50% off. You guys jump in. I'm going to have a clarity call. So if you want to see if you qualify for my program, then comment this below. So what ends up happening is when the squirrel or the ideal client reads that, what your words say versus the way they receive it is, oh, I'm having all these discounts on peanuts, and if you want to get on a sales call, so I can sell you my peanuts, comment below. And the squirrel runs back to the tree. They're like, oh, whoa, 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 I didn't sign up for this. Like, I'll just eat my peanuts as they come. Because I don't really want to spend money. I don't really want to go through the pain of giving somebody money. Like, everybody wants to buy. Nobody wants to be sold to. Nobody wants to feel like they're sold to. So you're leaving those, and so your call to action should be, hey, if you're looking for a way to not have to run around trying to find peanuts in the wild and compete with all these other people, and you want to be able to have like an abundance of peanuts and you don't know exactly how to do it, I want you to schedule a call so I can give you a game plan, a strategy where you can have an endless supply of peanuts. So it's going away from pain and towards pleasure, not towards a sales call, not towards your discounted course, or not towards this scarcity, like, I'm only letting 5 people in right now, so jump in to the sales call, because nobody actually wants a sales call. They want a transformation. So you offer them the transformation. They're in the cage. They're scheduled, to get into Messenger. So Messenger, and then Messenger takes them to a call. You schedule them onto your calendar, and then you do a sales call. So at each point, realize that when you're out in the forest, out in these targeted groups, hunting squirrels, your goal is not to say, hey, come jump over all of this and get in my cage. That is not most likely going to happen. Your only goal inside of in the forest, trying to get these squirrels, is just to leave them trails. Your only job, your only focus is to get them to your tree. And then from your tree, your only job is to get them warmed up and able to be receptive and trust you enough when you do your call to action that they will have a conversation with you, get onto a sales call, so that you can ultimately deliver them to squirrel heaven, where peanuts abound. There's overflowing with peanuts and nice like green trees, which is what they want. So then you help them go from their forest fighting to their end result, which is what they really wanted, but you had to do it in this way, especially with like a sophisticated market like fitness, relationship, definitely business coaching, because so many people get burnt these days and people are really skeptical. So does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions? I'll open up the questions really quick. Let's see what you guys are saying. Billy says, I'm so glad you shared because this is an awesome lesson. Man, I appreciate that, Billy. This is why I do what I do. Like this, like seeing you guys get the breakthrough without having to go step on the landmines that I did trying to figure this stuff out and doing stupid stuff like running up and screaming at squirrels to come jump in my bag, and they're running away, and I'm like, I just don't get why these squirrels won't get in the bag. I just want to take them to squirrel heaven. Like, why don't they get it? It's like, so yeah, James says this is so eye-opening. Awesome. Happy to help anyone I can. I want all of us to succeed. That's what Christy Bachi, I'm going to murder your last name, Bachi Loshi. I hope that is right. I've never actually pronounced that out loud for some reason, Christy. I always just call you Christy. Or Christy B. It sounds like a radio announcer, like R&B singer. So, all right, I don't see any questions popping in. I hope you guys got some value, at least a small peanut's worth of value. If you did, I want you to smash the heart button. I want you to hashtag value. If there's somebody else here in this group that you feel could benefit from this training, I want you to tag them in this training. And if you know someone that would benefit from this process that you're going through, Like you're now in your squirrel heaven. You're getting all this info, this peanuts, it's just delivered to you. You have a question, I dive in, I hold nothing back. If you know someone else who can benefit from this experience, who are out there right now, foraging, in the forest, foraging around for peanuts, and there's hunters out there. There's all these things. Recommend them. Recommend them here. And I see Sandra says, thank you, Tiger. Awesome. Christy says murdered with a laughing face. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if you over there killing squirrels or what's happening. I hope you're not bashing those little squirrel heads. I'm just joking, Christy. Christy says, thank you for your help. I really understand it now. Boom, value, value, value. All right, you guys. All right, you have a great night. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to, ask them or, ask them here in the group, on any of the coaching calls, in Voxer, any of that stuff. So appreciate you, and I'll see you guys later. Bye now.